Okay, so what we're going to try and do now, we got the insulation off there so we can get a good picture. That looks really clean. Nothing we're going to have to do there. But as we go, we're going to look at the left side here. And as we go under and in, we'll see some areas that we want to just kind of work on. And you can get to a point where there's a little bit of rust everywhere, and you got to limit, because you can't get to everywhere without starting to cut away metal, how much you want to do as a preventative or anything. I think the goal is to not have to worry about it for another at least 3 or 4 years before you start seeing some rust. So we'll see how we do there. We climb underneath. You can see what we're going to do is try to oops, lost my light. Good editing opportunity there. I'll lighten this area. See, there's rust here. So we can just brush all this, get it as clean as we can, and get any loose rust off. And again, our focus really is going to be this. Okay, so we've got this area prepped, got it cleaned up so we don't have any layers of rust, and took some wire brush, even a drill wire brush. So we're going to paint these sides here, we're going to paint this flat spot here, there's some rust in here, and on this part here. So we're going to just paint that, see how that works, see how that product works, and if it works well, don't get anything bad happening, we'll expand out into here. And obviously we want to do these areas here where there's a little bit of rust showing, and because when we get the engine in here, we want to just have it ready to roll. So, not endorsing anything, but this is what we use to clean up after we brush loose, just to make sure that the area was clean of grease and dirt and stuff. And then we're going to test, we've got this little test kit for a rust bullet. We've got our mask, cover the fumes, got some neoprene gloves, but we've also got some heavy duty chemical gloves, so that we're going to make sure, because they say when you get this stuff on your hands, it doesn't come off for like 2 weeks. So just trying to make sure we've got some brushes that test the small areas, and we'll see how that cleans up. And here we go. Okay, here is after our first coat. We're going to put a second coat on. The instructions say to make sure that there's no transfer of paint. You test it with a gloved hand, and the reason you want to use a gloved hand is because you don't get it on your fingers, it'll never come off. And the other thing is the paint depends on humidity levels, because it absorbs moisture as part of the drying process, so a more humid day is going to dry faster. You want it to be in a relatively low humidity day so you can get a good drying time. The other thing is you definitely want to use a mask. It says to use an IOSH organic filter, which we have. You can get them for about $30 at Lowe's, and very strong fumes, even now after 3 hours. So we're gonna do this. You can see where we got parts where we wanted to get. You have to do 2 coats, and so the second coat really won't change the color. This is metallic. It's the aluminum version of the rust bullet. It has aluminum flakes in it. There's the automotive version, I should say, has aluminum flakes in it. So that's why we get the metallic. There's different colors for different purposes. This has a little bit more metal in it, so it's a little bit better for the automotive purposes. The other thing is you want to definitely do it in well ventilated. We got a good breeze flowing through our garage. If I didn't have a good breeze, I'd probably use a fan or something, just again to keep the fumes moving through. So I want to keep those safety considerations with all the fumes on this.